and I don't dislike that person because I'm not supporting every man. Some of them like of their personalities, like, do you know what I mean? But I want to support it for that reason because this is it's very rare. I was shocked to even find out that this man was a man of color who created Cyberpunk. I was shocked. I only found out this year. I didn't even know all these years. Not that it matters what color the person is, but for me, it's a rarity to see this. So I hope the game's good because if the game's crap, it don't matter what color you are. I ain't buying it.
Oh, so you holding the faith, basically. You got that feeling.
Well, I hope it's good. It's CD Project Red. I got a little faith, based on the Witcher series.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Okay. I think we're live. Are we not? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the RGT Podcast, episode 75, and also the Gamer Couch Podcast, episode 113. This is the Super Show. You already know. Non-stop gaming, 2 hours for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed today's show. Shout out to everybody that's already up in here. Do us a huge favor. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button, share it out. Let's get more gamers in here. And overall, let's have a good show like always. It's Sunday. Let's have fun. We're gamers. Let's have fun at the end of the day, all right? I'm going to go ahead and let everybody get their intros out the way, and we're going to get into the first topic. Go ahead, Mr. Lobo. Go ahead.
What up, guys? It's the Savage Lobo here. Back at it again with RGT episode 75.
Alrighty, Mr. Craig Harris.
Hey, what's happening? I am happy to say I've ordered my Xbox X, the Gears of War edition, and it should be here next week, I think. So, hey, here we go. Let's talk about the games here.
Alrighty, Mr. Foxy Games UK.
Well, you know what time it is. It's time to get in gaming mode discussion, and we got a lot of topics. I mean, I've literally just signed on this thing, and Ryan's just thrown these topics at me, and they were so interesting. We started even talking about them off air, and I had to say, let's save the juicy stuff for when we go live.
Hey, it's a super show. I got to go all out for the people. They here. We got to put on the show. Shout out to Carlos Fernandez. He won't be able to make it today, but you already know that's our brother. He's with us in spirit, and he's watching just like you guys are. So shout out to Carlos. But yeah, man, let's definitely get into these topics. All right. So the first topic, I'll start this off to warm everybody up, especially with all the news that's been going around as of late. Who has heard about Cyberpunk's new trailer?
I have. I just watched it.
Looks great. Looks wonderful. Looks fantastic. Looks like what you should be playing, not the CGI that you thought you'd be playing.
Okay. Now, for those of you that did not see it, I'm going to put it on the screen for all of you. Just give me 1 second. Let me put it here.
All right.
Cool. Put 2. I think that's how you do it. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So you should be able to see this. Let me know if you guys are seeing this on the screen. Let me see.
It's a delay. I'm on the.
Yeah, it's always a delay. It's always a delay.
I'm gonna see it when the chat sees it because I'm with the chat people. I'm with them. I'm a man of the people.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right. No problem.
All right.
Yep.
But we can chitter chatter until it clear the platter and end up on the screen.
What's going on, everybody up in here? How y'all doing?
It looks great, man. Looks
good.
That.
Looks good to me.
Well, look at that ray tracing. Yeah.
Looks absolutely amazing.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's not Mass Effect, but it looks pretty good.
But this isn't really a good representation of the experience that most people will have with the game. Can we see the Xbox One version?
I thought this was the Xbox One version.
Not with ray tracing.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I thought it has low-level ray tracing, isn't it?
That's PC. That's definitely PC. What I'm looking at right there. That's not Xbox.
Right. It may be the X. I hope it is because I got that thing again. It better.
You know what? If
like
the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the machines that this game's coming out on, if it plays well on that, then don't worry about any of the other versions. That's why I said let's see the Xbox One version because that is literally the worst experience you're likely to get. And if it runs well on that, no, it is though, isn't it? Because it's the least capable out of all the systems that it's launching on. We know that already. It's not really me throwing shade, but I'm saying if it runs well on the Xbox One, then I've got no worries about PS4 Pro or the X version or any of them.
I mean, this looks absolutely amazing. This gameplay looks amazing.
Well, I mean, I'm not getting it, but it's I mean, again, I don't even understand what this game's about. It's called Cyberpunk.
Oh my god.
I mean, you know, so I mean, if I want to play something where people are turning into machines, and I'll play Deus Ex, because that's exactly what my character was doing. Was that he was hacking things, he was beating people up, he was shooting people, and from the trailer that I saw, that's exactly what you were doing in this game. So no high speed chases though.
I want this game badly. I want it badly. Badly. It's the most highly anticipated third-party game I'm looking forward to. Honestly, there's no third-party game I want more than this.
What about Ori?
About what? Ori? Ori can sit down for a minute. Don't get me wrong. Ori's a masterpiece. For what it is, Ori's a masterpiece. It's visually delightful. It's cunning gameplay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking Ori, but it doesn't quite stand next to what I'm looking at right here in terms of what I really want to play from a personal viewpoint.
No, I understand.
Honestly, when they break this down, are y'all seeing this description? The footage was edited, may contain spoilers as possible. However, there are areas as well. Like how detailed they are in telling you.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, at least they're honest. At least they're honest. I will give them that. They were very honest.
I happen to think The Witcher 3.
You're gonna get this on the Xbox X, aren't you, Big Cloud?
Is that what?
Have you got Xbox One X, Big Cloud? You still got one?
Is that what?
Ryan, you got Xbox One X? Have you got Xbox One X?
Not yet. I got a PC. As close as I can get.
What do you mean not yet? You know you're not buying one at this. If you haven't got one yet, you're not buying.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh, I'm not buying the X. No, I don't need to buy the X. I'll buy the Scarlet, maybe, depending on how well it does. We'll see.
Why would you do that when you've got a PC that is Scarlet already?
We'll see. We'll really see. You know, I got it. I know.
Well, according to some people, Scarlet's going to be focusing more on performance, not graphics. That's what
exactly. Ryan's already got that right now. Performance.
Well, no,
that's the Scarlet right there.
The Scarlet is supposed to be. It's going to have that new AMD tech, that LBM tech on it. So,
Ryan, here's what you do on launch day of the Xbox Scarlet: buy a red ribbon and tie it around your PC. There you go, Scarlet.
Oh God, there you go. Oh God. No, me, I might have to get a new a graphics card for sure.
Yeah. Well, no, wait a minute, Tim. What graphics card are they using here? Do you know?
Well, I got
probably probably NVIDIA. I reckon it's NVIDIA.
Yeah, but are you sure it's not the Xbox X? We don't have any.
No way. Are you
sure?
Because they're not showing console versions yet. Everything we've seen has been CGI and PC gameplay. And people have conflated the two. That's why people are saying it's downgraded, because they looked at the last trailer before the one we just got and thought that was actually gameplay. Yeah. Like, the Dread, the Haitian Dread, and he goes into the hotel suite and that fight happens. That CGI made for a cinematic experience to sit in your IMAX theater and pay your $20 ticket to do nothing but stare.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, again, I'm disappointed this is the Xbox, because that's. I mean, I'm getting this supposed to be the world. I'm supposed to play all the games the best, so it better, or else I am going off. So I mean, it better play it better than my PC. It better, So, well, wait. If you're going to get a new graphics card, Big Cloud, what are you going to do with the one that you had?
Good question.
Well, I don't want to play it on PS4 Pro.
Oh, well, why not?
Yeah, I said it. Do you know why? Because I'd rather play it on PS5.
Okay. But but again, they're not going to have a PS5 version of this game.
Yes, they will. When PS5 launches, there'll be a patch.
Okay.
Yeah, best play. Well, this is what the gameplay is looking like from the actual reveal trailer, or not trailer, but gameplay reveal. Looks good. You guys can see it looks pretty clean. Everything looks pretty identical to what we saw at the first reveal. However, there was some controversy for this game. Now, I got the screenshot. Don't worry, I'm gonna show that with you guys in a second as soon as this video's done. But
what controversy are you talking about?
That is the most evil laugh ever. You should work for Disney.
There was some controversy for the game because they were comparing it to. So basically, all right, you guys remember the iconic first time we saw Keanu Reeves' character in the CG version of it, where he takes off the glasses and he looks at the camera.
No, you mean AI Reeves, because he's the AI.
Well, It's Keanu Reeves in that particular scene, right? He takes off his glasses. You see Keanu Reeves reveal, and then obviously he came out on stage. Well, a lot of people are comparing that particular scene to the actual gameplay shown here, and a lot of people are screaming downgrade.
Now wait a minute. Did press start Kofi say it was downgraded?
No,
because he's the only person that knows when something is properly downgraded. He said Spider-Man was downgraded. So did he say it was downgraded?
Oh God, do we really have to do this? Do we really have to
no, I'm asking. I mean, we're.
You know what? Here's a question. Here's a good question.
You're going, yeah, BitCloud. We're going in a different direction. We're being honest here. Nobody's throwing shade. Did he say this game had been downgraded? Because he says
honestly, I have no clue. I just saw people sharing screenshots.
Right,
and,
well, I hope because it's Cyberpunk, you get to do all kinds of synthetic drugs in the game. Because I want to sit with AI Reeves and I want to hear him say, "Yo, dude, where's my car?"
References every time like an explosion goes off, it'll go, "Wow." He'll do something like that.
Whoa, dude, this is my car. This is some heavy shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So is he in the game? Yeah. Is he going to be in the game?
He's the AI. He's in the whole game.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like one of those horrible Jeff Keighley things. Where they
he's Cortana. He's literally Cortana.
Oh, okay.
In this game, he's going to be a chip in your head.
Well, let me ask you this: is anybody in this game a human being, or are these just robots?
They're transhumans. They're part human, and they've like augmented themselves.
Transhumans.
Yeah, that's a word. I didn't make that up. That's literally a word. Transhumanism is when you merge with machines, humans merging with like neural interfacing, robotic arms. That's all transhumanism.
Yeah.
To try and become a god, isn't it? To try and become immortal.
Yeah. I'll put it on the screen now, the comparison shots where people were posting on Twitter, commenting on.
Uh-oh.
All right.
It's on the screen now. Enjoy. That's what people were making a big deal out of this right here.
All right,
but that's not a good picture. On the right, that's probably the worst screenshot you can take.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think
once again.
Because that on the left, though, I tell you what, the one on the left is the Xbox X. The one on the right has got to be the Pro. I mean, because everybody knows the Pro is Pro.
Really?
It looks right now. The one on the right looks like Panic Button made it for Nintendo Switch.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God, y'all are silly.
So wait a minute. That's the same guy. That guy on the right does not look like. That guy on the right looks like Danny Trejo. I mean, he does.
That's Keanu's character. Because look at the arm. That's him, right? Same
okay.
Yeah,
well, you can't see his arm in this one. So
yeah, you can see his arm. You can see also the vest and everything, even not the dog.
Now, what graphics card are you going to get, BitCloud? Are you going to finally step up and get that 5700 XT? Because you did see where. Well, hold on. You did see where AMD has surpassed NVIDIA. They've eaten into their market as I predicted they would 6 months ago. So, are you going to finally step up and get that big beefy card, the 5700 XT?
It is definitely possible.
Craig, we should give Craig a new name, because a lot of his predictions are coming right. I think he should be called Craig Pactor.
Oh, you're stupid.
Well, yeah, I can't help. I have wonderful sources.
Mr. Pactor, is that PS5 really going to be $800?
No, it should not be, but you are going to pay, I think, $600. But again, I predicted this 9 months. I did. I said everybody start saving, put $20 a month or back, whatever you got to do.
$20 a month. They won't get that until their grave.
No, I mean if you trade in, because they're going to have a trade in.
They'll be old. They'll be married with kids before they get that. $20 a month.
$20 a pay period. Roughly $50 a month is what I was saying.
If you want that thing quick, you better save like $50 a week.
Yeah. Well, again, it's going to come out and it's going to be about $6, but it's going to be worth it. It will be worth it. It's going to have a lot of. It won't be as powerful as the Scarlet, but it's going to do the job. So
they'll do trade-ins anyway. I'm sure they'll offer you money on your PS4 and even more.
Yes, that's true. I mean, that's what I'm going to do is trade in my.
Because people in Brazil can't afford PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Like
So
because that country's behind technology wise. Like the PS2 came out late there, the PS3 came out late there. It's not just Brazil. I don't want to single them out. You know, there are other countries too where their new generation hardware is our last generation hardware.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Shout out to Manny, Loco in the chat. He says that you should get a 2080 something because it's got ray tracing. But CD Projekt Red has already said they're not going to have ray tracing on this game. So I mean, they have said that now. If they come out and they changed it, fine. But yeah, they said that there will be no PS5 or Xbox Scarlet version. That this is the only version that's going to be out, and you need a bare minimum of something called a 1070 to run this game.
You know, when they say there won't be a PS5 or Scarlet version, I think what they mean to say is there won't be a standalone release for them, but there will be a patch.
That could be, yeah. And I'm all for it. As soon as they announce
they'll probably release the Game of the Year version on PS5 and Scarlet. You know, like when they add all the DLC together and it's been out a year or two.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But let's see, if you're going to put it $600, let me get my whole casino calculator here.
Craig wants people to go. Craig wants people to lay away their PS.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead and start putting.
He wants you to go ahead and make monthly payments on it. You want people to make monthly payments on it.
And it's like, well, the price is going to be the price, but you need to be willing to pay $600.
I mean, I am a little surprised that these companies haven't caught on to that, though. You know, like those little big companies that sell like statues and stuff like that from comic books. They have you like pay it off like monthly ahead of time.
That's true.
I'm sorry they don't do that right now, but yeah. That's what's going on with the Cyberpunk. Are y'all still getting the game? For those of you that are still getting Cyberpunk, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you're not getting it, and let me know why you're not getting it. Shout out to everybody in the chat so far. If I missed you, my bad. I'm literally just trying to, I'm like literally going back and forth here. But shout out to everybody in the chat. So who's getting Cyberpunk on the panel? Everybody?
Yeah, I'm getting it on
not me,
PC.
But, I will definitely be watching you all stream it.
Okay.
I will be. If y'all stream it, just put that out on Twitter, and I'll definitely.
Craig, I don't know how you can say so definitively, so early before release, that you're not getting it. Why don't you say you're undecided? You're gonna wait until review, and if it's a big scoring game and it's critically acclaimed, then I'll buy it. But to say I don't want it.
Oh well, it's
your
easy.
type of genre?
I've played this game before. It's called Deus Ex. And you did the exact same thing. The people had robot arms on them, and the game was fun. I'm not knocking it, but it just looks like a version of that. And that's what. And it's called Cyberpunk.
But is that a negative to you? That another game has the same mechanic as another game? Because that's like all games. Like if you think about every single game ever.
Oh yeah, no, and it's in from what I understand, it's only in first person mode. Now they may change that if they put a third person mode on.
They could patch that in, right? Do you think?
Possibly. I don't know. If they do something like that, then I may look into it.
Yeah, that could be a feature for PS5 with the enhanced version. They can go, hey, first person or third person mode. You know, they could do something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Now I'm all for the game. I like the coloring. It looks, the colors look cool. But again, there was already a game out this generation where walked around in first person mode with cybernetic arms, and it's already been out, and you can do different takedowns. You can go in loud and noisy. It had a decent story to it, and you were hacking things. And it's just like it's the same thing, except I give credit where credit is due. This game does look pretty cool, and especially that part right there that broke that guy's throat. But this is the same thing you did, and look what he just did. We did this already. Just go pull up the Deus Ex and look at it. I don't know if you can do that, Big Cloud. Just look at it. It's you've already done this. So, but I'm not going to knock it. Like I said, if you guys stream it.
Craig, what was the last game you bought, Craig? Craig, what was the last big game you bought on console?
Madden 20.
Wasn't it like the last Madden 20 and the other football games that came before it?
A little bit. It played a little bit differently. You had a lot more stuff to do in the off season, which I like. I like controlling the team in the off season.
Okay.
No, because the only reason why I see that is because if I followed your logic here, which I'm not saying your logic is flawed. It's your choice what you buy.
Uh-huh.
If I came up with that reasoning, there's already a game that exists. Like I'd never have evolved through the fighting games like Street Fighter to
Right.
Fatal Fury, from that to Samurai and all that, and all these open world games. Like I never would have evolved from Saints Row to Grand Theft Auto 4 to it's like I'd just be having that mindset. Well, this is an open world. I've already driven in a car. I've already run people over. I've already slept with prostitutes. Don't think I'll buy that. Don't want it.
Everybody wants me to correct you, Craig. It's not Deus Ex. It's Deus Ex. It's Deus Ex.
That's the same thing.
Also, this game,
Deus
Deus Ex copied.
Craig, I'm just yanking your chain, bro.
I know, I got you, brother. That's all good. I got you.
It's your money, man. No one ain't funding your game.
Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody buys it for me, I will play it.
Oh God!
Wait a minute. I can't physically put my hand. It's like when I go buy. I tried to buy that NVIDIA graphics card, and my hand started to hurt when there was a AMD graphics card looking right at me saying, "I do the exact same thing, and I'm $300 cheaper." So but if somebody wants to give me a NVIDIA card, I will go buy one. Somebody would have to buy this for me. But shout out to everybody that's going to buy it. I mean, just because if you like it, I love it.
Not to change the subject, but I heard Gears of War 5 is open world. Is this true? Someone put me straight.
I heard there's parts of it that are going to be similar to open world stuff. Kind of like God of War was. It wasn't full open world, but you had choices on where you're going to go. I don't know if where
it's
you
not
go.
Open world then. Okay, I knew it was bullshit. Yeah. It's not open world.
It looked open world some of the shots. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Nah, if they're counting ski, whatever that thing that she's surfing on that, when Kate's surfing on something in the trailers, right?
Yeah.
It's like she's surfing across some water or something. Like and there's literally the most that could go on forever. So if they're counting that as open world, I cry for them, because that is not open world. If all you get is to be in a Space Harrier. Remember Space Harrier?
Yeah.
Right. Remember you could go left and right, but you're always going forward. Now, if that's the same thing and they're calling that open world with the skiing, the whole surfing section in the game, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, because that's not open world. Nowhere. That's not even close to open world. Because I was getting excited. I saw someone made a video, and I didn't watch the video, but I saw it being tweeted out, and it said, "Oh, Gears 5 open world." I thought, wow, if this is true, I'm even more excited for it, because that means they're truly opening this thing up and making it more accessible and more stuff to do. Like, can you imagine Gears with a Horizon Zero Dawn, not the same open world, but the freedom.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for it. I've always been excited for it. I just don't I don't know what happened to the community. It's like they turned their back on it, and then when they finally see, I don't know. It's like you don't think a girl likes you, and all of a sudden she kisses you on the cheek, and that's the way they're acting. It's
so it's sandbox. It's sandbox. Basically, it's sandbox. They give you this big square to play in, and you get the impression it's open, but it's not, because there's always going to be a barrier on every side eventually.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm excited. I mean, I've been excited. So I guess now, when can we play it if we have Game Pass Ultimate? Do we play it Wednesday, or do I have to wait till Thursday? For Gears.
You get it. If you got Game Pass Ultimate, you get it early, as if someone pre-ordered.
Right, but do I get it Wednesday or Thursday? Does anybody
get it the same day? The same day.
But no, Ultimate, we get it early. I keep getting these things that say play it 5 days early or something like that, or 4 days early.
They gave me that for free for Microsoft. Shout out to Microsoft. I got that for free.
Points. Let me go back and look it up.
That was cool. So
let me go to my Xbox console companion, as I like to say, the XCC.
Shit.
Well, a lot of people ignore that.
This is where Game Pass is good, isn't it? Really, think about it. If Xbox isn't really your main thing, but you've got one, but you really want to play Gears 5 and complete it, Game Pass. You don't even have to pay next month. You can complete Gears 5 in a fucking day.
Oh Oh, damn it. It says September 5th at 9 p.m. Darn. I got to work Thursday.
Well, so with that. So,
What a shame it's not portable, huh? If only it was a Nintendo Switch.
Oh Lord.
It might be eventually. I mean, it sounds like all be everywhere. So according to Satya Nadella, a.k.a. the man in the high castle, he wants
Suck your
video
dollar.
games everywhere.
Suck your
God.
dollar.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Let me
According to that guy.
Let me move to this other topic here because this is pretty interesting. Now, for this one, I usually break the stuff down. I'll talk about it, but in this case, I'm just going to play it, and I'm going to let you guys tell me what the problem is with this. So let me put it on the screen.
Let me
Go ahead and play it. NBA 2K20. Yeah. Y'all tell me
What's
what the
that?
problem is with this.
You cut out. Say that again. I didn't hear that.
I said NBA 2K20. Y'all tell me what the problem with this is this time around.
Let's see.
What they turned gambling into like a. They basically disguised gambling as some kiddie friendly thing now.
They basically turned it into a casino slot machine. You'll see.
What? Because Grand Theft Auto 5 got away with it.
Oh yeah.
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 Huh.
But this is right here is pretty sad. Like look at this. It's absolutely sad. Absolutely.
It's
sad.
not sad though, is it? You know what's sad? That you complain and still buy it. That's what's sad.
So true. So true.
It's not sad because you can live without it. It's not food. It's not oxygen. It's not clothing. You can do without this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
People buy into it though.
What is it? What is it?
If I was disgusted with the whole gambling side of it, right? No matter how much I love to play basketball games, I just wouldn't support it because principle comes first.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice your entertainment for the greater need to make a statement through your wallet.
Make sure everybody can see this. Fire. Oh man, this situation right here is insane. Absolutely insane. I figured they would copy, like we all figured they would go extra miles to, monetize their games, but man, they are just, oh man.
They probably talked to a dozen lawyers before they did this.
Oh, you already know that for sure. Well, there's 2K.
Can we do it? Can we do it? Is it gambling? I think you'll get away with it. There's a loophole there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, if there's a gray area, they'll do it.
Hey, we got Trump. Of course, we can do anything.
Yeah, I'm not buying this game. So I certainly hope people enjoy the game. So
Yeah, if you like it,
it's
you
good
like
to see
it.
D-Wade get some love. That's one of my. I saw D-Wade play in college, so that's pretty cool to see that. To see a guy you see play in college to get to this point is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, bro. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that. I'm not even gonna get into the story. I think you guys kind of get the gist what the point that was about. Let's just move on to actual good news here. So Gears of War 5. Hearing good things, man. Neil Druckmann even put out a tweet saying the game is fire.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
yeah.
Neil Druckmann.
Neil
the game's
Druckmann.
director.
Games about- he said his game's good.
Stop. Hold on. I know the game's really good, but what you just said, I have to just point some things out. Neil Druckmann is never going to say the game is not fire. He's fucking making it. Of course he's going to say it's fire.
Neil Druckmann is the director behind... Wait. No, he's not.
Exactly.
He's
The Last
behind
of Us.
Last of Us, yeah.
Right. Well, of course he's going to say it's amazing.
Yeah, but he's not making Gears.
I thought we were talking about The Last of Us. You said Neil Druckmann.
No, I said Gears 5.
I didn't hear that. I thought we moved on to the last.
What are you talking about?
When you said Neil Druckmann, right? My brain immediately went to The Last of Us 2 because in your title it says The Last of Us 2 new gameplay details.
Oh, no, that's not that.
All right, my bad then. My bad. I put 2 and 2 together and came up with 4.
What was that? You want me to put it on the screen for you? The tweet? You want it on the screen?
Gears. He said Gears 5 is fire.
Yeah, he said, time to rev up my Lancer. Thanks for the early hookup. @ Gears Viking. Game is gorgeous.
Well, it must be true then, because it's not his own game. So if he's saying it for someone else's game, I more believe someone says it about someone else's game than they'll say it about their own game that they want to sell you. That was the point I was trying to make, by the way.
Well,
we know
course,
The Last of Us is going to be great, but I'm not taking the maker's word for it because they're never going to say it's going to be shit.
Of course, they're salesmen. They gotta sell you the product.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for it. I just want to use that gun at the saw, and that's it. I just want to do that. I don't care who I use it on. I'm going to use the whole game, and yeah, I'll be doing that Thursday night, I guess. Or I don't know how. I guess I'm gonna have to get some more RAM.
They say I need a hearing aid in the chat. It's not that I can't hear. It's that it cut out. There's a difference. Like technology prevented me from using my listening skills.
Oh, moving on to the other news I got for y'all. So, what y'all think about Gears 5? Y'all getting it, right? Or y'all skipping it?
Yeah.
Well, Game Pass, right? Game Pass.
Oh, I got Game Pass. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got the Gears.
It's a no-brainer, and you're gonna get a $1 deal for a month.
Yeah, which is crazy. They were slick with that. They're like, hey, you can adjust it, or you can add an additional month for $2, which was
I'm gonna get to play Gears 5, complete it, get all the achievements for $1. Oh, wonderful! Sony beat that.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully this is
excited.
the breath of fresh air that they need over there at the Microsoft camp. You already know we've been waiting for the longest. So hopefully it's really
according to one of their main people that speculates galore, this is the game that we've been waiting on. So okay, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, 4 days.
Unless it's another 68.
No, I think it's going to be in the. I think it's going to get a 92.
Wow,
he's going to be playing it on the world's most powerful console. I've got the Gears console, so coming to me and be a few days. I'm a double dip, and be happy about that.
But the Gears all of them have historically scored in the 90s on Meta. Only Judgment didn't.
True. Yeah, and I think this will follow suit.
So what y'all thinking score wise?
92.
92. What you thinking, Loba?
88.
88. Okay. Fox, what you thinking?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Metacritic does not influence me because
I'll
give you my score, but just to qualify what I'm saying, I've played some games that scored in the 60s and I found them to be very enjoyable on Metacritic. Gears 5 Metacritic, I'd say 90.
90. Okay, solid 90. Okay. I'll say 92. Add a little bit more extra faith there. So I'll go 92.
Yeah.
Well, there's no difference between 90 and 92. From 90, it's amazing. 90, tiny little bit more.
Get a little higher. Get a little extra flair. That's what I'm saying. I get a little flair. 92.
90, I see no difference between 90 and 95 in a game review. The difference I see is 90 and 100. That's the difference.
Until at the IGN. All I got
because 100 means perfect. 100 means perfect. They can't find one fault with the game. They can't
find fault. I never understood some of those reviews though, where they give it like a perfect score, but then they list a whole bunch of faults.
Oh well, that's fine. I
thought that was funny. I always think those. I'm
gonna ask the panel this: why are people comparing this game in its 6th iteration to not Days Gone, but either Days Gone and Death Stranding, which are brand new IP? Don't get me wrong.
You can't compare it to Death Stranding because that's not out.
Right.
I agree.
And neither is Gears 5 to that matter. So there's no comparison that can be made at all.
Yeah.
Well, I don't disagree. But why do you think there's people doing it?
It's social. The best way to explain it is social media. Everybody's going to go after each other.
It will be better than Days Gone, though. I think Gears 5 will be better than Days Gone.
Yeah.
I think it will. Yeah, because Days Gone, it goes off. I like Days Gone, but you lose. I think there's a clue in the title because when you play the game, your days literally will be gone because if you do everything, you get nowhere fast.
Yeah, your day will be gone.
Good game, but don't get caught up on all the side stuff because
it'll draw it out.
It just draws out the game to a ridiculously boring level where you just don't want to go back to it.
And we're not even counting the other stuff that you gotta do. Collectibles.
Just do the main
hordes. We're not talking about all the hordes and all that. So the game will get drawn out. But there's a lot of playtime in there. But it draws out the main story though.
I should have just stuck to the campaign in that game, but I didn't know. You don't know until you realize that doing all these side quests just took me off track, and I forgot what the real main story, what's going on. I totally forgot.
Yeah. That is
I was
true.
lost.
Yeah.
I go
Yeah.
back to the main characters. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about because I've been helping this idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Got some good news again. Telltale Games is sort of, and I'm glad they put this in the title because a lot of titles are a little over the top, but they're saying that they're back in business, but they're sort of back from the dead because the old staff got freelance roles. So basically, Telltale Games kind of has another shot to make some games. They're back, so to speak.
Well,
Does this is anybody hyped or excited for anything from Telltale Games by any chance? Do you think
I'm only
fix...
hyped. I'm only hyped if they bring a sequel to The Wolf Among Us. But everything else, I don't care about.
Okay.
yeah, I'm glad they're back. I certainly hope they're able to put out content because they do have a nice fan base, a very vocal fan base too. So they have a nice little fan base built up. So here's to them, the people who are fans of those games getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, what you think, Lobo? Good, bad?
Yeah, it's good that they're sort of back.
Is it good or is Fox making you say that? I gotta know.
I'm sorry. Unless he's paying me.
Uh-oh.
Oh god. Are you paying me, Fox? Are you paying me to say that?
Sorry, man. I was munching Twiglets. I didn't want you lot to hear me, so I muted.
Oh my god.
I did not pay you. I did not pay you.
I'll say
Okay.
the plot thickens.
Yep.
All right.
Besides, I don't think I can't pay you with all these immigration laws going on in your country.
Oh.
Oh Lord, there we go. What else was there to go over? This is from Microsoft Studios. Now, this isn't necessarily bad at all. Basically,
No.
the article goes as follows. Microsoft is actually slowing down in terms of buying developers right now. And they actually went into detail for this. The reason why they're slowing down on buying developers is because they're getting ready for Scarlet. You guys know Scarlet launches next year. So Scarlet's going to be the main focus and everything else is going to be there. They also added on this another article stating that they believe that their content is pretty much good to go in terms of next gen and what they have to offer to go against the competition. So this is what's going on with Microsoft and the Scarlet. Do y'all think there's anything we gotta be worried about going into Scarlet? Do y'all think everything's good? Everything's looking fine on your end? Y'all think good? What y'all think?
We or they should be worried because I never worry about Microsoft.
Never worry about Microsoft. You think they good? Okay, cool.
No, I don't. I'm not saying I think they're good. That's not why I meant I don't worry. I don't worry about corporations. That they pay people to worry about that shit. I just look forward to the games.
All right, cool.
I mean, so is your question?
Oh,
them
like
not buying,
the question is, well, not really a question. It was an article that went around stating that they're slowing down on buying developers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they're slowing down.
They got enough though, haven't they? I mean, they got 15. How many do you need?
Yeah.
Well, and they're
Now
inoculating.
put them to work. Put them to work now. Stop shopping and put them to work.
Yeah, and they got to inoculate themselves because these other developers are going to have their own streaming services.
Of course, yeah. Ubisoft announced, what was it? Uplay Plus.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
that?
Uplay. I'm buying that, and eventually Rockstar will follow suit. So
which I do not want to see.
Yeah, but Rockstar's got to do some things. They got to get those games from 4.3 to 16:9. If they can figure that out on their end, and then patch the stuff up to at least give you 1080p decently, they'll be all right. But we'll have to wait and see. No, I don't blame them for slowing down. I agree with Fox. Start putting these cats to work, and let's see what they're going to do. I'm not worried about Gears. I am worried somewhat about Ninja Theory, only because of what their manager says. Matt Shakio don't smack my booty and said he wants to not spend a lot of money on games and then still see if they can give you a AAA experience with AA prices. So,
Craig, you know what? Craig just took the words out of my brain. At the end of the day, if I do have a concern, it's not for Microsoft as an entity, it's for the direction, because a lot of the acquisitions are fairly small companies. They're not massively big AAA studios. And that tells me that it's quick turnaround for Game Pass.
Which inoculates them again.
More about content. I feel like it's going to be like 40% quality, 60% content.
Yeah, and that's Microsoft's DNA. To have more to control the others.
I think they just
so
want to throw titles at Game Pass to
Yeah.
sell that to you,
Yeah,
rather than
yeah.
individual games, because that's why they bought all AA studios, because they want quick turnaround. They don't want them to work on a game for. They want them to roll a game out in 18 months to 2 years, like
Okay.
bang, and throw it on Game Pass, even if it's not finished. Like you can end up getting part 1, and then part 2's coming because it's Game Pass. They can do that.
Yeah.
Remember they said they want to do more episodic stuff, Microsoft. Do you remember them saying that?
Yeah,
So what's to stop them?
like them.
Yep.
But what's to stop them from cutting games in half? So you're not waiting 5 years, which is good.
So
you
doing
don't have
what
to
they're
wait
doing
5
with
years.
Final
But
Fantasy.
the bad part is you don't get the whole game in one. Like you gotta wait, like it's Telltale's.
Or Final Fantasy, because they're doing that with Final Fantasy. They're selling you bits and pieces of the game.
Yeah, but
which is horse shit.
That's a one-off.
shit.
That's a one-off game though. That's not part of a service that's aiming to do that to other games too.
Yeah.
Like that's an individual game. Like you either like it or you hate it. But if you're getting a service where a lot of the studio acquisitions have been fairly medium-sized or small, right? That tells me that they're not going for those big AAAs that Sony's pumping out with, say, Spider-Man and God of War. They're more trying to filler for Game Pass. Is my fear. My big fear
that's
is
what they are.
those games are just filler, and then the rest of the 40% out of the 100, right? Because remember I said 40% quality AAA games, and 60% is going to be just stuff for Game Pass, right? My problem is you're going to give you a lot of stuff that it's not going to be of the highest quality. Like it might be like Crackdown 3 quality and State of Decay 2 quality, where it's buggy and it's not quite living up to the promise because it's been pumped out so quickly to fulfill the needs of a service that needs to grow.
Well, again, the way they're going to grow their service is to put it on PlayStation and freaking Switch. I mean, the thing here is that I agree with the quantity. I just hope. I mean, I agree with what their management is doing. That's the whole thing. Is that I love how people say I don't understand what Microsoft is doing. It's like they're telling you they're going to put games everywhere. That's what they're going to do. And Matt Booty has said that that they want to give you AAA experience like they did with Hellblade, but with the AA prices. Now that is something that the head of their game studios has said this. So that's what they're going to do. So I'm not concerned with it because that's what they're doing. I just they got to put out some products now. I mean, Fine Gears is here, and then we're waiting till next year for Ori, and if Cyberpunk will be here. But it's just the Star Wars game is coming. That's not from them, but at least that'll be. They have marketing rights, so I just they're to me they're taking the second stoop. If they're okay with being in quote unquote second place, kind of like when golfers, when Tiger Woods was tearing up the course, you had golfers saying, well, somebody's got to come in second place, because second place made good money, but yeah, that's what Microsoft is doing. And I don't think Microsoft is the problem. The Xbox isn't the problem at all. They got some stupid ass fanboys and fangirls they are the problem. But I don't have an issue with what Microsoft is doing. They got their tails kicked, by Nintendo and Sony. So it's just I think they're okay slinking away. They're like that dog.
Craig, how is sorry. I'm just blown away by what you just said.
Okay.
How are the fans the problem and not Microsoft or X? One can't exist without the other.
Well, all right. Well, there were issues with the Xbox, and a lot of their fanboys, not all, and a lot of their fangirls, not all, made excuses for this, and now they are where they are. So the direction that they're taking, I support the direction that they're taking, which is.
I understand now. I just needed to know what you meant. I wasn't sure.
Okay, yeah, and I needed to unbox a little. I do apologize, but they have a lot of stupid fans. I mean that's all there is to it. And now they're doing what they're doing.
They tolerated a poor service and they continued to get one. I get what you mean.
Yeah, there was somebody on Twitter yesterday. He was literally talking about the services and Xbox Live being great. I said, you're on here talking services. You've not said one thing about their game. Nothing
Yep.
in 2 hours. He said nothing about their games, which is why people are buying their consoles in the first place. And at that point, he shut himself down, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna go play Blair Witch." And I took a picture of a Blair Witch screenshot from Windows 10. I said, "Oh, you mean this game that I don't need an Xbox for?" You know, so just give me a game that I need an Xbox for. You know, that's it. That's all I'm asking for. That's what's disappointing about their direction. But it's because of what happened at the beginning of the generation that they are where they are. People did not buy their games, and the consumer rendered their judgment. They don't want that system. Now, I'm getting it because I like games on the system. You know, I'll be able to play Mass Effect again over and over and over again.
Over and over
I
again.
can't do that on PlayStation 4. So, you know, so I'm fine. Yes, I can do it on PC, but I can do it on Xbox as well, and that makes me happy.
Okay.
And you want a happy Messiah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I will be without Xbox next gen, unfortunately.
No. The
Xbox One, the
Xbox
Xbox One X was my last console, and I don't even have that anymore. I only have the S model.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, but you don't want to wake up in the morning and have the world's most powerful console right there, ready for you.
No, I don't care about. I don't care about who can lift. I don't care who can lift the strongest. Who's the strongest at lifting weights? I'm with the long distance runner, the one who gets to the one who can keep going.
No, I understand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I get you. No, I got you. You know, I just, yeah.
I'm about that long distance, not that quick puff yourself out. You're big and bulky. You know, you're tired. You're out of breath quickly. You can't even run fast. I'm with that skinny guy that he does the marathon.
Well, I mean, so, but what about you, Big Cloud? You do not want the honor of owning the world. I mean, it's going to have that brand new AMD technology in it. It's going to have that LBM tech.
True. So as well. I mean, here's the thing. It's not just the tech.
Will not have it.
True, but it's not just the tech, that I'm excited for. I'm all about the software, Yeah. If the software is appealing, I'll definitely buy into whatever it is, regardless of it being a service or not, If the software is really, really good, I will buy into it. But the thing is, I haven't necessarily seen anything, and this isn't a jab. Obviously, we already seen this numerous times, but I haven't really seen anything that made me go, you know what, I gotta buy this immediately, right? I gotta put a pre-order down. I gotta put $50 down. Hell, hey, I'm going to GameStop right now. I'm put $200 on the system. Nah, I haven't seen anything that made me want to have that.
What about
urge.
Cyberpunk
is going to be on every platform, and the thing about Cyberpunk, if I really, really wanted a crazy graphical upgrade. Right. Let's say if they do really upgrade it on PS5 and Scarlet, right, and they look neck and neck, I can legit go right to PC. Because one thing about CD Projekt Red, they're not really picking sides. They're just gonna be maxing out whatever they can, So PC will look a lot much more crisper in terms of the visuals and more detailed in terms of like everything else. So if I really wanted to push that, I could really go with PC.
Go elsewhere. But let me just clarify something. Just because I'm not gonna buy an Xbox piece of hardware next gen, don't mean I'm not playing Xbox games. I'll be doing all that stuff on PC. So Microsoft, they're still gonna enjoy my engagement, because I know they like to call it engagement. So I'll still be engaged. One of their little, figures on their little, graphs. I'll still be there, enjoying their titles, because I ain't got a problem with Microsoft's games, like the ones that are good quality, like Gears, Halo. I want to play those games. I like Forza Horizon. I like the Forza Motorsport. Sometimes I like Forza more than I like Gran Turismo. I'm not gonna lie. It depends how I feel on what given day. It's not about which one's better. It's like, what kind of experience do I want today? And sometimes Forza is a much quicker experience, more accessible with GT Sports. Sometimes it's just menus. Do you know what I'm saying? Menus.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So, but I do love them both. And graphically, GT Sport pisses all over Forza 7. Like, that's without question. However, depends how I feel. Sometimes I prefer Forza. So I'm definitely going to be playing Xbox games. Yeah. Just I don't see the justification in laying down, several £100 on buying the hardware, extra controller. Why? When I'm going to buy a PC soon anyway. Might as well just play Xbox there.
Well, that's true. I can't argue that. Well, you know, I just thought power mattered to people, and of course, you got to go with the new Xbox because it's going to have that new what's it called? Arcturus in it. I think it's going to have
Arcturus.
that in it too.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if Sony dares what Microsoft has done with PC, I will stop buying Sony's hardware too. Because I don't care about the boxes. I only care about the games. And if I can play all of the games in one place, I will.
Right, that's less money on you that you have to spend, especially on the hardware. You have it, everything else.
But I just don't care about the console box. I only care about
you don't care about the software.
Content.
You care about the
I
software.
care about the content. That's all I care about. I don't care that it's got Sony written on it or it's got Microsoft on it. Whoever's delivering the best to my needs
will have my business.
That's the name. That's the name that sits underneath my TV. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I understand. Yeah, I thought more people would be more interested in the power of the Scarlet, but no, if you all are going to be into the software and stuff like that, and the ray tracing things like that, yeah, I'd go the RTX 2070 or that or 2080.
I mean, here's the thing. One thing that we pretty much established, right, going into next gen, there are more people jumping to PC than we can possibly name. So a lot more people
agree.
jump.
I agree with you on that. And again, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
By the way. But no, I agree that number, we won't ever be able to quantify that number. I agree 100% with you. We won't.
But careful you don't skew the figures, because just because the stats might show a lot of people are going to PC, there's the reason why is what's more important than actually it happening, because a lot of them might be doing what I'm doing and not buying into the Xbox and saying, well, I want to play Xbox games, but I don't really want to buy their hardware. Therefore, that could be counted as a move to PC, but it doesn't mean it's affecting all the other systems.
Yeah. But you're right. I agree. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That was definitely a good discussion there for sure. Let's move on to another good one here. Sony will not have... Now, let me clarify. Sony will be at Tokyo Game Show, but however, they will not have a conference for the Tokyo Game Show at all. There were rumored going around saying that there was going to be Death Stranding shown at Tokyo Game Show. I think they said The Last of Us Part 2 will be shown, and there was another game that was going to be shown, supposedly. So that's what's going on. Diablo,
is that official?
That they're not going to be at Tokyo Game Show?
Yeah. Well, you know what that tells you then, doesn't it? This whole year, Sony has not bothered doing any events.
Yep.
Why? Because they're so busy with the next gen. Then what's the point
that's
in wasting money on hardware that you're shoving? Look, Sony will never admit this themselves because they still want you to buy PS4s even when PS5's out. But internally they're thinking, I guarantee you, the big wigs at Sony are thinking, listen, this system's on its way out. Let's not put all our investment there. Let's not waste money at these events. What's the point? Throw all our money and resources on the next gen hardware.
Yep.
There's nothing more to announce on PS4. Everything that you know about, you know about. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are they announcing now? What game can they announce now for a big game? I mean, from a Sony studio, really. Everything's already revealed. It's just a matter of them dropping now and releasing, right? That's why there's nothing to show this entire year, because Sony are telling you inadvertently that PS4 is on its way out the door.
Yeah, and it was another report. I forgot to put this in my notes, but it was in our Discord. Somebody put out that there was, you guys remember Deep Down? Deep Down supposedly was getting another game. It was supposedly going to get another chance, but Deep Down was going to be renamed to something else. That's what was going on.
Oh,
it must have been deep down, because it hasn't surfaced yet. Where is that game?
It was going to be so basically it was going to get revitalized with a different name. So I was
that game's been buried. That game's gone to. It's so deep down. It's in hell. That game, development hell.
Yeah, I mean, they could call it Shallow Up, because I've never seen or heard that. Yeah,
I think Satan must be the only one playing it.
Yeah, it's down past
the
Satan.
only one playing it. Oh God.
Oh Lord.
But no, they've.
He said the game makes him feel horny.
Them not being at TGS is just not a big deal to me. When does Death Stranding come out? Is that October, November?
Death Stranding, yeah.
November.
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 18th.
All right, November. So then 90 days after that, they allegedly are going to have a conference in February, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we have the holiday and
Yeah.
the holiday.
Question is
So, yeah,
though, will we get a PSX?
no.
You don't think so?
What they
No
gonna
PSX?
show? What are they gonna show at PSX?
I don't know. I would just they could promote
Tell
what
me,
else
show
left
what-
because remember
what
they just
PS4
announced
games- What PS4 games that you haven't seen already in numerous trailers and gameplay footage can they show you again for PSX?
True. I mean, they did announce what was
They
it,
can't keep
Spider-Man?
repeating the
Looks like
same
got a
game.
new-
No, we've seen everything. We've
Yeah.
seen enough of Ghost of Tsushima. We've seen enough of Death Stranding. We've seen enough of Dreams. What is left?
Well, they could show a little bit of Ghost
The Last of Us
Tsushima.
Part 2, we already know and seen that. We've seen gameplay, we've seen trailers. I mean, there's nothing to wow you. Why waste money when there's no wow factor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
Well,
hear
the Last of
about
Us Part-
y'all hear about the Spider-Man Ultimate Edition, whatever that they came out with?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
heard
came
about
out. Yeah. And again,
Yeah,
there's
okay.
no excuse for people not to go and buy it at this
Mm-hmm.
point. You know, it's got all that DLC. It's good.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so
Look,
it's a good game.
There's Maxwell in the chat. £50 says Fox will, but I think he means buy. But I might butt the Xbox Scarlet if it's rubbish. But anyway, £50 says Fox will buy the Xbox Scarlet and then turn around and say he's only buying it for the sake of his channel. Well, even if that does happen, I hope you do win that £50, by the way, although it won't come from me. It'll come from some sucker that shook your hand on that. But even if I do end up with Scarlet, that means it only means that I changed my mind and I'm allowed to. That is my prerogative. So even if I did end up with a Scarlet, that's up to me. It shouldn't really offend anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't sleep with your sister. Don't worry. Chastity belt's intact.
Yeah. No, I just yeah. But back to TGS, I don't mind Sony not being there. But as
You
far
don't
as
mind
Last of Us, no, and as far as Last of Us, look, I don't know what else they could show. I mean, they showed two girls kissing. They showed a girl burying a screwdriver in somebody's
Well,
neck.
they might show the new gameplay that they teased because that's one of the topics obviously too is the new gameplay details. So basically what they could show is this gameplay demo they showed exclusively for GameStop employees. Now they basically flew out these GameStop employees out there. One of them is a good friend of mine. His name's Gaming Forte. I do Scumcast with him. You remember Forte? He does. He's part of.
He can go get another job.
They didn't
Now-
fly anyone anyway. It was
Well,
GameStop's
not fly, but they
own,
went there.
No, it was GameStop's own convention.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. It
So
was that.
Sony would have to have gone to them, not them go to Sony.
But the details, the details for the gameplay involving that game basically was the new stealth mechanics. Now we didn't really get to see the full stealth mechanics. We got to see like a mixture in the last gameplay session that we saw for obviously The Last of Us. Like she went from going all out in terms of war, and then she started hiding under the car. She lost them, whatnot. And the new gameplay that they showed everybody at GameStop, basically in that gameplay, they were showing off that you can use the clickers to your benefit, so you can use sound or whatnot to to bring the clickers to you.
That was in the Left
and,
4 Dead DLC. That's what you're talking about, right?
Ah.
They introduced that mechanic in the Left 4 Dead DLC where you could use a clicker to distract other clickers.
Oh no! Well, this wasn't for the clicker. They were using that in terms of getting rid of your enemies, such as like throwing bottles, get them to take out the enemies there. You can eliminate threats like that. Kind of like, I guess you can say environmental kills, right? Just kind of like that. You can use your environment, to your benefit without having necessarily to waste your resources. Because you already know once you get to those harder difficulties, they're going to be really scrapped.
And ammunition is going to be source limited.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it'll be that's fine. I mean, what I saw at E3 last year was enough for me to get The Last of Us 2. I would like to see some more gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima because I'm interested in the story dynamic. I don't know if they can give out something like that, but that's just me. I mean, I'm
Have you played the first one?
Ghost of Tsushima?
No, that Last of Us.
That was
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I was shocked by how much I liked those characters. Yeah.
I think once you've played the first one, from beginning to end and finished it, especially if you played it on the hardest difficulty mode. That's where you got nothing to help you. You can't see through walls with your hearing and all that stuff. You know, it's just you.
Yeah.
Everything's limited. It's like a real survival game. You play it slowly. Everything's creepy, touchy, feely. Look around the corner, try and angle the camera so they don't see you, but you see them. That type of gameplay, right? If you went through all that, and engaged with the characters and enjoyed the world, creativity in that world, and even just the whole essence of the story, how could you not be highly anticipating the sequel? It's like you'd have to be dead. You'd have to be a zombie yourself to have no feeling, like to not care about the sequel one if you finish the first one.
Well,
It's crazy how
they don't have
even
an
characters.
Well, I was just saying they don't have a release date. So, I think for me personally,
It's February 2020.
February.
Oh, I didn't know that. So, well, then, all right. Well, that's going to be isn't something else coming out in February? I thought there was something else coming out in February. When is?
Well, I'm telling
was an
you that
event
because
for
you know
February.
the actress, is her name Chloe, the one that plays
Ellie.
What's her
Ashley.
name? What's that?
Ashley.
Ashley, yeah, Ashley. That's it.
Ashley Johnson.
She was in an interview, and she forgot where she was and what she was meant to say or not say, and the person that was interviewing her, the interviewer, asked, "When is it releasing? Then when can we expect to play?" And she said, and then she stopped and realized, "Oh my God, I've just given the month and day away."
Okay. Well, no, that's fine. I thought something else came out in February. But, yeah, but anyway, I didn't know that. But as soon as they make an official announcement, I think that'd be great. I mean, that'd roughly be 90 days. Well, that does make sense. They can announce that, hey, it's on its way to the store during their press conference if they're.
You know when that game comes out, I'm gonna stockpile tins of food and everything like it's a real apocalypse because I'm not going out.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I need some Doritos and.
I am not going out. I'm playing it on grounded.
I remember
I'm
the
playing it
epic
on
reveal
grounded
with Sam.
first playthrough.
Yeah. I remember the epic reveal with Sam. Like we all thought everybody was good. Like we got new friends to help us, and then he shows he was bit. In the first one, in the first Last of Us. You're in the
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't really want to.
Yeah,
perfect. I'm just so attached to that game, man.
Yeah.
God.
But you know what? In The Last of Us Part 2, I got a feeling you won't just be playing as Ellie or Joel. I think you're going to play as other characters as well. I think there are other characters that you're going to play as. I think you're going to play as at least up to 4 different characters at different intervals in the game.
Yeah.
4? Well, it depends on...
Yeah,
well,
I think you're going to play as that Chinese boy. And you're going to have a bow and arrow for him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he comes and rescues that woman being hung in the trailer. Right?
Yeah, it's Ellie's mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like you're going to be able to play as him and save Ellie's mum. Then you probably take over as Ellie's mum after him. And then it's going to go backwards and forwards in story timeline where you're going to play as different characters. I'm not saying that for certain, like I know something that you don't. That's just a hunch.
Yeah. Well, that's fine because it makes sense to me. I think what I really enjoyed about The Last of Us was that I was so used to somebody who was tagging along with you that they didn't account for the physics of that character. But when you were using Ellie, you had to account for the physics, and she just couldn't scale walls, and so you had to actually go find other things to help her do stuff. And I thought, for me personally, that was just really good because the other companion that I loved was I can't think of it. Her name was Elizabeth, the BioShock. She was as your companion, but you didn't have to do anything to help her. Yeah, she was fantastic, but you didn't have to do anything to compensate to help her. But at the end of the day, no, that for me on The Last of Us is what drew me. Was like, wow, I can't get her just to jump this wall. You just can't go up there and hit the X button. I have to go actually find something at another part of the game that's going to put this person in danger. That for me was very unique about that experience. Plus, I don't know how they did it. I actually cared about the characters. I wanted to help that girl get to where they were going, So yeah, I was enthralled by it. So I'm excited for it. Plus, you get to kiss another woman.
Oh
What
God,
more do you
Craig.
No, Craig, you're crazy.
Well, I mean, she kisses girls, and she's sitting up there burying a screwdriver in somebody's neck, and their jugular. That's You don't have
Well, I mean,
another character
she
like
has
that.
grown over the years, Craig. She's gotten stronger.
Yeah, that's fine. But my point is that's a unique character, and what you see is a difference in what Sony can do with their tier one studios versus their competitors, which is give you a compelling character that you actually give a damn about. They did it with they did it with other characters.
It's always
Ellie
cool
felt
to
like
see a new
Ellie felt
IP
like
make an
I
impact.
felt like her big brother when I played that game.
Yeah.
I got the feeling of protection like you would have for your sister in real life. You know that feeling like you want to protect your sister in real life. That's how engaging the story was. Like they got me to care about her and Joel to some extent. I mean, I honestly I expected Joel to die in the first game, my first playthrough, the way they was acting with him.
Yeah.
And I thought he'd die off and it would just be Ellie. But he lives and obviously you get attached to him as well. Like it's just they're probably the best pairing of a young girl and an adult male in the most innocent way. The best pairing in a video game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What
Well,
I
if you
don't,
go on YouTube,
Incredible.
what I loved about it, right, when as soon as you start that game, they immediately bring the intense feels right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe's loss at the start, yeah, that hits home. That really does hit you hard. It's like wow, like you weren't expecting it that early.
Troy Baker is actually an amazing actor, man. Seriously.
Yeah, he played Joker.
He's amazing. Like I mean, I think he's got the voice down. I wonder what he'd be like in front of the camera. Real acting.
He had a hell of a year.
Really
He played Nathan Drake's brother. He's in Death Stranding as one of the I guess you can call him the cult
he licks
leaders.
that girl. Yeah, he licks that girl's
One of the
face.
cult leaders.
But how do you think he'd fare? How do you think he'd fare doing full on movies?
Honestly, I think
mean,
I would say I would prefer him better off as a voice actor. I think he just nails everything. Less pressure on him.
They get the right material. I mean, hell, Ashley does pretty well on that. The show's horrible, but that girl has got all those tattoos on her. But the show's terrible.
That blind
yeah,
thing.
blind spot or something like that. Yeah, the show's terrible. With what she has, she does a good job. But it's hard for people to understand.
I think Dave Fennoy is a good actor as well. He's a silver-haired dreadlocked man. I think he played Ninja, the ninja in Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey,
Gray Fox. Was it Gray Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, did you know that Ashley was in the Avengers?
Oh yeah, I looked that up.
She was in the Avengers. She was
yeah, which I thought they were going to advance that character, but they didn't.
It's just a cameo.
Yeah, she's had a little appearance in it. Yeah, and she had a speaking credit.
Yep.
So that's always good. Hey, I was in an MCU movie. Always looks good on your resume. But no, I'm excited for that game. The game I'd like to see more of is Ghost of Tsushima. However, just the time period with the characters, what's going on. That's all. I mean, as far as the swords and the Shogun and all that stuff, I'm sold. I'm sold on that. But I just like to get to know the characters more. I can't connect to the character. I won't enjoy the game. So just the way for me personally.
I mean, there's a big contrast between the voice talents of Ellie and Joel, but then you play something like Naruto Shippuden and listen to Naruto's voice, the English version, and it's just a million miles away from each other in quality, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's a connection there because of if you just go on YouTube and you type in reaction to The Last of Us, there are people who tear up because they have a connection to those characters. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they do that. I don't know how, but somehow they make you give a damn, about the characters.
I think Angry Joe said it best, man. It's just due to the best natural writing and awesome storytelling. That's all it is. That's how you do it.
It's the team. The game's only as good as the people behind making it. The game's nothing without the brains, the people, the team, the creativity. That's why power doesn't mean nothing. People keep talking about most powerful console. Who gives a shit, man? What is it delivering? What are we playing on this powerful beast? And I'm not talking about Xbox, any system. Any system. PC's powerful, but you're not getting The Last of Us 2 on PC.
Yeah, you're right. I can't. You're right about that. And there's people they're pissed about that. And I was just not going down that road.
Look what they're doing with little poor Switch. That wonderful Astral Chain. I hear that they're downvoting it on. It's an exclusive. Pathetic.
Yeah, but it's like somebody said, and I do agree with them. The only people who don't care about exclusives are in the Xbox community because, lo and behold, they don't have it. So they don't think they're important. They're the ones going around saying anti-consumer, along with the PC community. Look, I can't leave them out because there's a lot of that coming from the PC guys too. So they're mad as hell too. Now they're retarded about it. But it's I don't disagree with what you just said there, Fox. I'm not going to play Astral Chain, but that game does look really.
Hey,
fun to play.
I've only played like half an hour, 45 minutes of it, and I'm already blown away. It's incredible.
Whoa.
Listen, I cannot recommend it enough. If you like the movies Akira and all that stuff, you know that art style, the cartoon Akira, right? The anime, right? If you like that kind of sci-fi Japanese anime in your games, like the visual style I'm talking about, you're gonna love it. The Astral Chain's I think it's probably platinum, one of their greatest works so far. I don't say that lightly. It's better than Bayonetta to me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a great looking game too.
All right. Well, since we're on the topic of Astral Chain, this is a good opportunity to switch to what's going on with Astral Chain. So obviously, you said you're enjoying it. You're having
it's incredible, man. Incredible.
Okay.
Incredible. I play it and it's like I'm watching it's like I am controlling anime. You know, like Ghost in a Shell, that art style, the original anime, the manga. It's like that they put a lot of effort into the graphics, man.
Yeah.
So many particle effects. I didn't know Switch was capable of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, this right here is going to be fairly interesting. So, for those of you that did not hear, Astral Chain was review bombed for being a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Entitled review.
Which was insane. I didn't think people would do that. I didn't think people would be that sad to do that over a video game. But got review bombed because it's exclusive.
It proves how amazing it is because everybody wants it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I've had it since Friday, and I was away for the weekend with beautiful princess daughter. And I come home, and what better return can you have to see Astral Chain sitting there waiting for you, posted through the mail? Just wow! I got the physical copy, man. Sundays don't get better than that for me, not for a gamer.
There you go. What y'all think
Soundtrack's
about
awesome
it?
as well, dude. The soundtrack's awesome. You know Mass Effect?
Yeah,
the original Mass Effect.
Of course.
Oh, of course.
You know that dance music you hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that kind of vibe going on. There's some wicked dance music in it, man. Like the soundtrack's just awesome, and the boss fights ridiculous. And the way you commit, it's so easy to play as well. There's no faffing around, going through this crazy tutorial. It's like it's easy to pick up, but it takes mastering though. It's one of those games like anyone can pick it up and play, but only a handful of people are gonna master it and get the S rank all the way through. Like it's amazing. Like literally, if people don't know what Astral Chain is, I'll quickly explain it. Basically, you're like twins, adopted twins, and like you work for a special branch of the police dealing with supernatural entities and stuff. Like it's all cyberpunk, futuristic, neon 80s. It's like imagine the 1980s color scheme, but in the future. 78. You got all those neon pinks and blues and yellows. It's all neon everywhere, right? Rain falling. You got all that. The puddles, more puddles than Spider-Man on PS4. I kid you not. No, seriously. At nighttime, if you see that, I think it's what do they call it? Screen space effects.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Like I can't believe Switch is doing it. But anyway, back to the premise. You're basically two twins, and you have these kind of robots, mechs, or whatever they are. They're in your backpack, and they come out when you press the right trigger, or the L trigger, whatever, and you can throw them around like on a chain, and your twin's always fighting with you, and they got one as well, and you can link up with your twin and do all these crazy moves and tie them up in the chain. You got guns, you got a long police baton, you got these guns, it's just sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm loving it. It's legit.
Okay.
I'm loving it. Best. I only paid 40 UK pounds as well. Cheapest Nintendo physical release I've ever had.
Okay. I guess the last little bit of news I got before I ask you about what y'all
If I didn't own a Switch,
did.
I'd buy a Switch for that game. That's how good the game is. If I didn't already, I'd buy a Switch to play this game because it's like a system seller to me.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Capcom. Yeah, this is a Resident Evil, their new project. What was it called? What was it? Project. Hold on. Can't remember the name of it. Put it on the screen. I think I remember it. It's Project what? Project Resistance. There you go. I don't know about that.
Okay.
So, this is going to be teased at Tokyo Game Show. So they're going to be showing this off. This is their new project, their new Resident Evil game. Looked interesting. Nice little interesting details on it so far. I was showing off 4 characters. Not necessarily the Resident Evil game that I was kind of hoping for, because I was hoping for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, obviously. That's what I've been waiting for. But
another remastered game?
Not really a remaster. Well, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's more of a remake, not a remaster. But okay, you want to bust my chops, so you got me.
Yeah.
Already throwing jabs, yeah. There's a lot of love on this panel, guys. See, he throwing jabs.
If it does not have the liquor in it, it's not a true Resident Evil game. Because that liquor is what made Resident Evil Resident Evil. So
I'm not surprised people didn't complain. You know that actually surprised me too. I was like, damn, people are really excited and happy for Resident Evil 2 remake, right? Not a single complaint went into the liquors. I was like, thank God, you know? Because now dudes go act stupid. They go, well, there's only 3 or 4 liquors in the game.
well, I wasn't a whole bunch in the second one. But no, that game made PlayStation. I mean, you people talked about that on the school bus back in the day. Like, oh, you got to play this Resident Evil game, you know? So, but that liquor in this one was good too. Like the way I killed mine, I put a bomb in its mouth and I blew it up. It was like blew up, but that was my favorite part of the game was fighting the liquor. I didn't care about that big thing. You know,
the effects on the walls when they climbed the walls. I mean, they did great.
Yeah, and then they had a fake Mr. X on there. Everybody knows who the real Mr. X is. It's from the X-File TV show.
Technically, he's the tyrant, but they call him Mr. X.
Yeah, well, this dude just kept following you around. Like, what do you think? What do you want? You know, but it's no, I think Resident Evil.
You know why he was in there, right? It's going to be worse for Nemesis because that's what he was. He's there for. He's there for tension. You hear the footsteps. You're supposed to be scared when you hear those big footsteps.
Which I thought the sound design, it should win Game of the Year, but it better win for sound. Because the sound design with that is phenomenal. Resident Evil 2. But it's my Game of the Year so far. Now, I'm not finished with Control. One we haven't really talked about today. But I'm loving Control as well. So,
okay.
But for me, but as far as this new game coming out, I'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I'm sick and tired of there being Resident Evils, you know? So, but I'll have to wait and see. I know they got a dedicated fan.
Well, Resident Evil has been going through what I call identity crisis before we got to the remakes. I mean, y'all remember we was kind of like in an Addams Family house type of thing.
Which I enjoyed that.
I thought that was a nice twitch. I like that. Thought that was a nice little twitch.
Yeah, because the first one you were in a house or something like a mansion or something like that. So to me, it was a throwback to that. So, but for me, Resident Evil 2 is the definitive Resident Evil. That to me is. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Foxy. Jump in.
Sorry, mate. Do you know what? Maybe I'm crazy, but I would prefer, Resident Evil 2. You know, like what they did with Resident Evil. Like they kept it the same camera angle and all that. They didn't remake it. They just remastered it and made the graphics better.
Yeah.
I wish they did that with Resident Evil 2 for the Switch, because I know it can't handle the remake Resident Evil 2, but they could in theory, release Resident Evil 2 and make it have the same graphics as Resident Evil remastered.
Yeah, a good point.
So, the backgrounds are still going to be pre-rendered, and still get the same camera angles. The character models should be on par with what's on Resident Evil on the Switch already right now. I think they should do that because I really want to play the original again, but I just can't bring myself to those blocky graphics on the PS1.
Good point. Yeah. There are a lot of throwbacks, though, with the remaster here. The way the weapons were looking, the way the notes were looking. That was all straight from the original.
It's the same game, technically, but
yeah,
they've made it 3D, like they did with Code Veronica.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I did like Code Veronica. That was the one where you had Ada in there. Was
Dreamcast.
Ada Wait. Yeah. What was the one that was on the Xbox? Veronica X. I think it was the Code Veronica X. Or something.
Yeah, it was X.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm happy for people that are excited about it. To me, you can just take that one they just did and drop the mic. From how that game played out, the sound, it was phenomenal. The way the house was laid out, very eerie. Zombies everywhere. So couldn't tell where they were coming from. So but with PS5 with their 3D sound, you will be able to tell where the stuff's coming from. So but we'll have to wait and see.
Talking about zombies, I wish Microsoft would take State of Decay more seriously and give it the AAA treatment it deserves, because there's something there with I am intrigued by State of Decay. A lot of potential. I just feel like they don't pump enough budget into that game.
Yeah.
They should give it as much attention and budget as Gears 5 and Halo gets, because it could be incredible. It could be. There's something there that could be incredible, but at the moment it's held back by its budget. It's really a AA game with bugs, and the budget proves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I get you.
But there's something there, There's something there. When they first showed those pre-rendered graphics, those graphics in that trailer are actually possible on the Xbox One X if they put the budget into it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't. They look at that studio as, that's one of our. They're not a top tier. They don't see them as top tier. Microsoft see them as just a AA studio. They don't have them up there with 343, and they should be though. All these studios should be on. All of them should be up there, like Sony's. You got Guerrilla Games, they're up there. You got Sucker Punch, they're up there. You got Naughty Dog, they're up there. Even Sony Bend has got their come up on with this big game. They're all up there. Media Molecule, all of them are on a high level. None of them are like at the bottom, and then these ones are at the top. But with Microsoft, you've got various levels of studios where it starts off at the top, and it's like a stairwell that goes all the way down. And at the bottom are the studios that don't get no love that they deserve. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of the budget.
Okay, I what you're saying. What was that one zombie game? Because I wouldn't be surprised. Like I would like to imitate that type of approach. Not necessarily the same style, but just improve it basically. Dying Light 2. I don't know if y'all saw the new gameplay for it, but that game looks unbelievable. The new gameplay approach they went with it. Much more refined movements. Everything looks dope. I want that type of treatment to be going to games like State of Decay and whatnot. So, prove it.
Well, Dying Light. Do you know what I like about? I love the first Dying Light, but one thing I didn't like about. There's two things I didn't like about. I didn't like the accents, the voice acting. I didn't like. I didn't mind the protagonist. His accent was fine, but I didn't like I didn't like their accents, right? And the style, the way they were acting, and some of the storylines were cheesy. Like I can't get over that guy who's got his dead mum in the house and get chocolates for her and all that crap. Just so you can go on to the next part of the game. Like, I hate that bullshit, man.
Yeah. I know that. I know what you're talking about.
It's like Metro, the Metro games.
They kind of took cues from movies. Like, it's kind of like that. You remember that God Awful Resident Evil movie when dude was feeding his sister corpses? They took,
that sounds terrible.
they basically took cues from like movies like that for and turned them into quest lines. Like, hey, I need you to kill this guy, and it's like, hey, bring me this to confirm it. Then you bring it to him.
It works in a movie. It works in a movie because you're not doing any legwork. But when you actually make someone do that job, in the game, like that's just pathetic. But I did like Dying Light though, because I complete. So if I finish a game, it means I liked enough to at least finish it. But some of the storylines were crap though, and the accents. It's like they spent money on the voice actor for the main character and a couple of the main characters, but everyone else just some third-rate acting.
Okay. All right. Wow. I think I have went through all my topics, so I have nothing else. Does anybody else got anything else y'all want to bring up? You want to talk about?
Oh, I'm playing a Control. So
well, I don't know about Control because I don't want to buy that yet into fixed frame rate. I watched the
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like a slideshow.
I'm playing it on PC. But
but I won't be playing it on PC, so I'm holding. So I'm not picking that up until I hear that it's fixed, because the one thing I can't stand is when a game runs okay and for a couple of hours, and then when some major shit happens, you don't want to play it anymore because it becomes unplayable, but it robbed you of the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't mind if a game's got a crappy frame rate from the beginning, because then I don't waste any time. I say, shit, I ain't playing this until they patch it. But don't let it run smoothly for hours and hours. And then as soon as enough shit happens, I can't play this. Because you've just lost all that time invested for no reason. But I wanted to mention something.
Yep.
It's funny, to go back to the Switch for a second. It's funny, this weekend's been interesting because they stealth released Bulletstorm, Switch Duke Edition or whatever. Yeah? And it plays fucking amazingly. Like, the graphics look... These games, I think as time goes on, you're going to see Switch deliver more and more as these developers actually spend time with the hardware instead of those rushed games we got like in the first year of the system's launch. Remember that? Like, the frame rates were horrible because they were trying to rush the games out quickly, like to meet demand of all the people buying it. But now it's all settled down. You're starting to see studios actually spending time with the system and getting stuff out of it that you just wouldn't believe possible on a tablet. If you look at Bulletstorm and you look at Astral Chain, 2 games that's released within days of each other, you look at that visually, and then you take a good look at your Switch and say, look what the fuck that little thing's doing on that TV. Look what it's doing. Look at it. It's a tablet. An old one at that. It's not even recent technology. It's like 2014 technology.
Okay. So
just goes to show you, don't matter how much power you have. It's the people behind.
That's all you're ready to say. I was getting ready to say that. More of the story is not about the power, it's about the talent.
Astral Chain pisses all over Crackdown for every way. Graphics, gameplay, everything. I think Terry Crews wished he was cast in Astral Chain.
Tell you the truth, I don't think he really cares. He got his wish. He was in a video game.
I'm just taking the piss. He got his money.
he got his money. He didn't even care.
He bought himself a new Wraith, top down. He's all right.
Exactly. Yeah. That man don't care. So, all right.
It's a waste of talent, though, isn't it? Imagine you're a funny guy. You're likable. You act okay, I guess. He's more funny than he is a great actor, Terry Crews. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, he's a more comical kind of actor, isn't he? But we like him, but what we don't like is the talents of such a person wasted in a game that bombs.
Yeah.
The worst we can have is a good, character, and the game's crap.
Yep. Yeah. That is true.
Yep.
Before I shut it down, Mr. Craig Harris, did you see IGN's score for Joker?
Yeah, I saw that.
10 out of 10. They gave it a masterpiece. Do you think so? Are you watching this?
I mean, I saw it, and it's good. the non-spoiler reviews are out on it already for people that are interested in it. Okay. And I mean, he did a great job, and there was no doubt he was going to do that.
He killed the laugh for sure.
Yeah, just a lot of it was. Well, I was surprised. There's a whole lot of meat on that bone. I thought that was a dry bone, but like, shout out to him, and you can see why Marvel wanted him to play Doctor Strange, because he was originally supposed to be Doctor Strange, but
phenomenal.
Benedict Cumberbatch kind of deboed that part away from it, but because of the international appeal that Benedict Cumberbatch has. But good.
I bet it wins an Oscar. I bet he gets an Oscar.
It's getting a lot of Oscar buzz. Yeah. He might get it.
I
bet he gets, and I bet Heath Ledger now is replaced Best Joker.
Well, he's there. I mean, he's right there with Heath's version.
No, I think he's gonna surpass Heath Ledger. Don't get me. Like, just because Heath Ledger's passed away doesn't mean you have to be tiptoeing around it. I mean, he's been gone a while now. It's not too soon, is it? Too soon? Too soon? I don't think so.
He died in 2000.
I liked Heath Ledger as the Joker. He was amazing. Give him his props. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen reviews. I saw the IGN review. I've read other people, like actual regular people that's gone to the movies in forums and seen it, and everyone seems to be saying the same thing, that he's going to usurp Heath Ledger as the greatest Joker so far, and it's going to get Oscar nominated, multiple Oscars.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say that because he is playing it solo in a way. He's not playing off other people, but his version is good. It's not that Joaquin did a bad job. I don't know. Oscar is tough. If they didn't give one to Logan, I don't see how they do one. I don't see how they do it here. With that said, it would.
No. The difference
shocks me.
The difference is Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Oscars, though. Oscars are very, very, very picky. Like, for example, y'all remember that movie that came out a long time ago? It was called The Pursuit of Happiness?
You don't get it, do you? He's in the club. Joaquin Phoenix is in the club. Don't you remember Walk the Line?
Yeah.
Johnny Cash. He's in that club already. He's up there with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Robert, he's in that club. He's in the club, man.
He was good in this.
He's in the club of thespian actors. The man's. Let me tell you something about him.
This is brilliant.
He's such a method actor. When he did Walk the Line, Johnny Cash was known for being a drug-taking alcoholic. Do you know what happened to Phoenix playing that role? He ended up in rehab because he literally lived the role, and he became addicted to drugs and alcohol, and started playing up, growing his beard, saying he's going to be a rapper and all this stuff. Like that screwed him up, that movie, because some of these actors, they stay in character while they're shooting that entire movie. They don't even become that character. When they go home, they're still that character. When they talk to their mom on the phone, they're Johnny Cash. They won't leave the character until the movie's done. It's called method acting, and honestly, it can be scary because let's say that I'm a method actor and you're my brother, Ryan. And you don't know who I am anymore because I'm not acting like me. I'm always acting like this character. And it's like you have to live with that or put up with that for years until the movie's finished.
Right. I could be myself. You can act like you can be like acting like Gomer Powell. I go to the bathroom and here you are. You're just sitting there.
I might talk to you like shit because my role is the character I'm playing is someone who talks to people like shit.
Hey, guys, I can actually see you doing that.
I might say, get the fuck out of the bathroom, you greasy motherfucker.
I'm sitting there going, hi, joke.
I'm staying in character, right?
Well, and look, he was nominated. He did not win. Reese Witherspoon did win that Oscar in Walk the Line. But, he's got early Oscar buzz, and he does do a really good job. I mean, did Tom Hanks win for Castaway?
Look, he
got close. I'm not sure.
Cuba Gooding Jr. can win an Oscar. Anyone fucking can.
Well, but Cuba won Best Supporting.
Will Smith got robbed from an Oscar. You remember that movie, Pursuit of Happiness?
For Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire, right? And
Yeah.
any excitable black man could have played that role.
Well, but again, he was playing off of somebody, and Cuba won a Best Supporting Actor,
He
not
still
Best
won an
Actor.
Oscar, though, didn't he?
Yeah,
Still an
he did.
Oscar.
Yeah, and I think he'll get nominated, but if they did not give Tom Hanks the award for Castaway, I found it hard to believe they'll give it to Phoenix. But it wouldn't shock me. It would not.
Looking it up
shocked
right
me
now.
last year.
Look,
Yeah.
you know what? That kid. Listen, the people who make the decisions, right, at the Academy, they live in a dark world.
True.
And the Joker is a dark movie. It's right up their alley. They'll give it to him.
It wouldn't shock me if they did.
Because it's a dark energy film, right?
So he won Golden Globes for that role and Academy Awards. He was nominated and whatnot, but he did not win Oscar.
He was nominated for it.
He was nominated for an Oscar.
Just to be nominated, you're in the club. Because if they don't like you, you're not even going to get a nod.
Yep.
Well, there's a whole bunch leading up to it. There's the SAG Awards. And if he is collecting those, then you can look out for the Oscars, because generally there's a predictive model.
We'll see. We'll have a podcast, and we'll have a podcast in the future, no doubt. And we'll be talking about his Oscar that he's got for this. Not just him, but the script writers and even the score, the composition.
The sound should. Well, I haven't seen everything, but sound
3. I can see them picking up at least 3 Oscars for that movie already.
And costume. I don't know what else is. I mean, again, the season isn't over yet. But
it's set in the 80s, isn't it? It's set in the 80s. It won't win any. It won't win an Oscar for. Win an Oscar.
Shout out to Jay Fonz in the chat. He said he was even better in Philadelphia.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Yeah, well, he won for Philadelphia. My point is that he did not win in Castaway. And I'm not going to give away the Joker movie, but I'm trying to give you a way that the character is going to be portrayed. There's Tom Hanks being on an island by himself, keeping you interested in what was happening for 2.5 hours. That alone is worth an Oscar. But no, it's not that Phoenix did a horrible job. He's been fantastic in all the movies he's been in. He was great in that movie opposite Mel Gibson, Signs.
Yeah.
He was great in that, so
I was shocked when they gave Denzel an Oscar for Training Day, but not for Malcolm X.
That was shocking.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That was shocking.
Yeah. He beat Russell Crowe for A Beautiful Mind. Everybody thought Russell Crowe.
I think it was political reasons why they didn't want to be, because they don't want to glorify the character Malcolm X. Malcolm. No, they don't want to glorify him because they saw him as an upsetter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was an oopser. Yeah,
he was an uppity Negro. That's what they used to call him.
Yeah.
Also, the final final movie too. That comes out in September. It Chapter 2. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be dope. But
oh yeah,
it's a lot of good movies, man. But yeah,
I tell you, he'll never win an Oscar.
What do you think?
Eddie Murphy.
He was nominated though. But yeah, you're right. He didn't win.
Yeah.
He'll never win one though. He'll never win one.
Who knows? He's coming out with Coming to America too. So who knows? That might be it.
He'll never. Trust me. He will never win an Oscar.
Yeah.
He will never win an Oscar. Never.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. He at one point was the most powerful man.
Jimmy got soul.
Jimmy got soul. Yeah.
Jimmy got soul. He'll get an Oscar eventually.
I don't know. I don't think.
Oh God. Let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and end this. Y'all crazy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the RGT Podcast, episode 75, and of course the Gamer Couch Podcast, episode 113. This will also be posted on Fox Games UK's channel, so you guys can watch the replay. Definitely go support it there. Shout out to everybody who came through. It was a great time. Do us a huge favor. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button. We do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming through. It was a blast. I want to give a few shout outs out real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat again. And shout out to Carlos Fernandez. He tried to make it, but he ain't feeling so hot, so he had to take a day off. But you already know he'll be back next week. So we'll see him next week. And to everybody else again, y'all be blessed, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I'm going to let everybody do their outros, and I'm going to shut it down. Go ahead, Loba.
What up, guys? Savage Lobo here at RG2 episode 75, Gamer Couch 113. As always, guys, gamer by choice, not by trend.
All right, Mr. Craig Harris.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the Supercast here. And just follow me on Twitter, or if you dare, or if you want to watch some of my game streams, and I the Porch Light podcast to 5 o'clock Fridays, just to keep the seat warm. I do about a 1 hour podcast. And go ahead and play the games on the terrorist week.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Mr. Fox.
I'll keep it simple. Play games, not corporation.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. This is Big Cloud Gaming. Thank you guys again. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. And go play some games. We're out of here.
Yeah. We are.